You have to believe me when I say relationships don't make sense anymore. Because the level of infidelity you get is beyond your consciousness, beyond your imagination, beyond what you can think of. The level of infidelity, actually. And why I'm saying this from a place of experience because where I'm staying right now, I'm staying in a school environment where it's mostly students, and I never really observed or took my time when I was in school in uni back then to really understand the dynamics of relationships, because I know what is happening now is currently the same thing that happened when I was in uni as well. Just that I wasn't even aware, I wasn't even observant as much. Probably there might be a little bit of difference because of social media. Because then, I don't think there was no TikTok then, but there was Facebook and Instagram, but TikTok wasn't there. But now it's crazy. 2023 was when I was very active when it comes to dating and doing a lot of cold approach, meeting women, going on dates. But since last year, ending of last year, I've been trying to, a couple dates, and it's so horrible. It reminds me of my earlier times in 2023 when I was trying to go on dates as well. I had a lot of horrible experiences. Just talking, having conversations with different ladies and realizing that the way they are thinking, it's totally different from the way you are planning ahead for the future and trying to find that ideal woman who would actually mother your kids. And at 33, you start thinking of family, you start thinking of having kids, starting something solid. You start thinking of your future as a man and having a family, actually, your own personal nuclear family. But when you look around and you see what's going on, and you enter the game and you see the way relationships are, you start to question a lot of things. Why would you be in a relationship and you are still entertaining a lot of options? Like, the relationship is not even your final bottom. Like, you have a plethora of lots of options, and at the same time staying in this type of environment, this school environment, and I'm looking at students and I'm seeing the way they move and everything, and I'm like, wow. Because once it gets to 10 p.m., it's like it turns into a kind of mini hunting ground, where it has to do with a lot of sexual interactions, and it's like a different, how would I even explain it? It's like a different experience than during the day. It's at night when you now start seeing people who, the promiscuous ones, loitering around, the dogs, the people who want to do a lot of things, and you see, like, it's now like intimacy is really nothing. It's not really something sacred anymore. Like, people are literally having intimacy like randomly and without even any form of protection or contraception, and people are just doing a lot of things. I'm not here to judge, but these are my these are the things that I've observed over time, and I'm looking at it. And this is not to say I'm not kind of part of the problem, but the thing is, I've tried as much as possible on my own part to make sure that I don't want to be I don't want to contribute to the degeneracy of relationships in the society. But even at that, but even at that, you're just a little fraction of the society that is actually trying to be good and trying to reason properly and trying not to spin a lot of plates. Because if you watch from my previous videos, I've always said quality over quantity. You don't have to spin 1,000 plates, because I don't buy that idea of spinning 1,000 plates. I've always said quality over quantity, and for me, and that does, and when you start thinking of quality over quantity, it boils down to the fact that you have less interaction, less intimate interaction with women on a daily basis, and it might take months, take years for you to actually have actually an intimate interaction with a lady. Because I'm not to say that women won't actually suggest or won't find you desirable. No, women will find you desirable, but the question is, do you find them desirable to you? Are they your types? Because you might see someone who is not absolutely not your type but likes you, and that doesn't mean that you have to slay the box because the lady likes you. So those are the things, the factors you start to put into consideration, and you realize that you could go for like 6 months not even slaying any box because you're after quality over quantity. But there are a lot of folks that don't even give an F about this. They just want quantity. They are just, because normally we all know, basically, when it comes to the aspect of game, there there are, there are people who are dogs. They don't care. Anything that's wearing a skirt or anything that has a box, they are going for it. They don't really mind. Compared to someone like me who is way more, would have to think about it, think about a lot of things. And if this person is compatible with me, and a lot of things, I will start to think, is this person operating on the same frequency? Like, is this somebody I can walk on the street with? A lot of things starts to make me question any interaction I want to have with any woman. And at the end of the day, you realize that it's not what the juice ain't worth the squeeze, because you don't want to go that route. And you don't have to go the rabbit hole of being a dog or being a player to understand what I'm saying, actually, because this is obvious. A lot of relationships are just being torn apart because the ladies are not trying to make things better. Because at the end of the day, the ladies are the gatekeepers of intimacy, sex. The ladies are actually the gatekeepers of it. But at the end of the day, you now questioning start questioning a lot of things and trying to make women become accountable to understand that they are not supposed to be given like the box so easily and all that. I'm not just giving it so easily, but there should be a what's it called again? There should be a desire for something greater, which is family. But these days, they say um they are in their whole phase. That's what they will tell you. And when you hear stuff like this, you keep wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering a lot about stuff, because those phases are the phases you see a lot of diseases will just be spreading around and stuff like that. This is for someone who is so much more like thinking logically about everything that is even happening. But most guys don't even give an F of what I'm even saying. They don't care if they will catch any disease or anything, because people are just having fun. And you, as a sane person that is trying to be accountable for every action you make, it seems you start missing out of a lot of things. But at the same time, it's good, it's fair. That's the consequences. That's what comes with trying to abstain from certain vices that you know that at the end of the day they will always be detrimental to who you are and your personality, to your health, to your being, to your soul. And for me, it's a battle. Relationships these days, it's like, man, you just have to give up on it, because you enter a relationship, the burden of the burden of turning it into an exploitation procession begins immediately. And it's not like we are trying to build something. It's like you have to bring and bring and bring, and the expectation is more on the men. The men have to keep bringing and bringing and bringing stuff, a lot of resources, and the woman is just there. Probably she give you the box anytime she feels like she wants to, and it's a crazy, crazy, crazy scenario. And I'm just tired of everything. I'm tired of it. I won't lie to you. The fact that you, because right now it has become so bad that I see any random girl or anything, instantly I already would see a certain pattern and I would just identify and just know, this girl is just, she's loose. She's not she's not someone that you can build um, something solid with. And it's not just only one. Like, you see, like, once you just open your eyes like this, you see it, you keep seeing those patterns, they keep repeating itself, and you keep asking yourself, like, where are the good girls? I'm not saying that they are not good girls or stuff like that, but even those good girls, they have friends who are as well who are degenerates, and there is no how that they won't be influenced by these their friends. And you now see this, and you see someone who is actually sane, and is finally at the end of the day get corrupt by someone who is degenerate. And it happens because ladies are social beings, and definitely they move like they have this herd mentality. Most of the times they listen to their friends at times, and their friends will always give them the worst advice, and it's bound to happen. That's why you see a lot of relationships don't ever work out. They never work out because a girl could see another girl in a very good relationship, and she'll do everything just to make sure that she destroys that her friend's relationship. And it's crazy. The competition is fierce. Ladies are just having a lot and a lot of fun at the end of the day, at the detriment of their health and the relationship. I don't know if we are ever going to leave this rot, because it's a rot that it's so deep, so deep, so deep. A lot of conscious men have given up. Like me now, I won't lie, I'm giving up on it. Because right now I'm just like, let's see what happens. I'm still there looking and observing and trying to find what's good in the midst of the chaos. And even those that you might feel that they are good, just because they have a bad friend is enough. It's enough for them to get corrupted as well. And if you see someone who is good, the thing is, are they matured enough to understand what is required in a relationship? Those are the things as well. And you see small girls having a lot of fun. You see someone at 12, they are already experimenting various sexual escapades at 12, even less than that. We are cooked. I won't lie. I don't know if marriage will be very close, but I have to keep my hopes high and be optimistic as someone who understands the game and who is inside the game, because at the end of the day, I want to have a family. I want to have a lady who is loyal. I know every lady has their own level of greed, but I want someone who can be contained, someone who actually can be in my own domain, not someone who and who would respect me at the end of the day, not someone who is so, her eyes is everywhere, she wants to experience everything. But that's where you now see that it's always the matured girls that, after they have wasted their youthful time experimenting a lot of nonsense, and when they become 28, 30, You now see they start acting so matured and all that. But it's crazy. But you know, those are the girls people like me would always run away from, because we know she has a past, and it never goes well. Once you have certain insight into game and understanding female nature, you become cold. You become cold about love and everything. Your love starts to dwindle. Not that you hate women, but when you start knowing a lot of things, you stop becoming sensitive. You start getting desensitized. You stop feeling things because you know it's all a game, and you recognize patterns and you see it, and it's endless. It's always in your front every day. You're seeing them. You're seeing those patterns. You're seeing all those degenerate ways and behaviors and attitudes. They keep popping up every day. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Relationships, I don't know if they really do make sense anymore. For me, I don't think they do. Well, we'll see what will happen in a couple years from now, because at the end of the day, I don't blame guys who say go for chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag. Yeah, I understand game to an extent. I think now is just the time to just chase the bag and get the bag, and probably when I get the bag, then change the rules in my bubble to suit me. I think that would be the best thing. But anyway, guys, it's a crazy world. So we'll talk in the next video. We have some more, and have a great day and stay blessed, guys. Bye.